It never fails to bewilder me the degree of self degradation that people go to out of their hatred for others. And what I mean by that is it blows me away that one person could be filled with so much hatred for another individual that they allow hate to fuel them in their actions, that they do things out of hatred that they might not have before, and that they carry hatred around like some sort of badge of armor, not realizing how heavy it is and hurtful it is and destructive it is to carry that for one person. The way the world will go out of its way to offend, hurt, destroy, get back at somebody that they hate is so destructive. Because really, like I said, to carry hate, it's degrading. It's degrading to yourself because you're carrying the world's heaviest burden within you by choice. Number one. Number two, then to carry that hate, it affects everything you do. It affects your attitude. It affects your decisions. So now, not only do you feel hateful all the time, but you act hateful all the time, which is also very degrading to you as a person, to the person who carries the hate, because everybody knows, nobody wants to feel hateful. Nobody wants to feel hate all the time. And so now, as someone who chooses to carry hate and feel hate all the time, not only, again, do you carry the emotional burden, but you allow, the way that you feel this unnecessary hatred for somebody, you allow that to, impact what you do and what you say and what you don't do and how you think, and how much of a disgrace is that to you as an individual, because you could do so many better things with your life and with your time. There's nearly nothing that could happen that would make it reasonable to carry so much hate for another individual. And don't get me wrong, I know that people on earth do some disgusting things to other people on earth. But when you consider the impact that carrying hate and living out of hate has on you, your soul, your mind, your body, your spirit, at that point, there is nothing that someone else could have done to me that would make me turning hateful on the inside worth it. Not one single thing. And I guess I'm talking long-term hate or short-term hate. Neither one of them feel good. But definitely long-term hate, it's like, if only it were more regularly spoken about, studied, acknowledged. To carry hate like that towards someone else, it must mean you actually really hate yourself. You don't respect yourself enough to have some sort of control over your emotions. Again, regardless of what anyone did to you, to be so nasty and spiteful and jealous and envious, you must hate yourself. You know, whoever feels that way, you must hate yourself. To defile yourself in such a way by carrying such nasty energy towards somebody that you have no control over, that you didn't make, that realistically was created by God the same way that you were created by God and is worthy of the same things that you are. Again, realistically, like really, 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 like the universal truth, you know, to hate another member of creation with such fortitude is a waste of your soul, is a waste of your energy, is a waste of true life. It's a waste of freedom. It's a thief of joy. You must hate yourself to be willing to put yourself through that much torture. Torture. The Bible said hatred is basically murder. You know, to hate your brother is, you must want him dead. Because hate is that vicious of a feeling, phenomenon, and thought. It's a projection of how you actually feel about yourself. And then again, like to carry all that hate, all that nastiness is just like defiling in its own manner, because you're spending so much of your precious energy, so much of your precious soul on hating another soul. For what real purpose? You know, like what's really the purpose? What's the purpose? People with such large chips on their shoulder towards others, I mean, gosh, they must be so miserable on the inside. To me, that is zero self-respect, because you don't take into consideration how feeling so much hatred really does affect your mind and affect your body. Like, you're not taking care of yourself. Zero self-respect. You don't consider your talents and your strengths and how those could be better used when backed with positivity and confidence and joy and hope and faith, rather than insecurity and pettiness and toxicity and gossip. Like, it's really crazy. It's really, it's sad. It's sad. Because how could you not know that you're worth so much more than that? Whatever anyone's done to you, it was not indicative of you. It's indicative of how they felt about themselves. So it's not personal, but taking it personally, like, how are you not already aware that what they did has nothing to do with you? And how are you not already aware that because what they did has nothing to do with you, and because you have no control over your emotions, and because the way they treated you is not indicative of your value? Like, I feel sorry for you. I feel really sorry for you. If you're someone who carries so much hatred in your life towards other people, I feel so, so, so sorry for you. You clearly have no idea who you are. You don't know how great you are. You don't know how magnificent and wonderful and beautiful that you are. And I hate that anyone has treated you poorly. I hate that anyone has attempted to make you feel like you were less than. I hate that anyone has like triggered you, you know, pushed one of those childhood wounds. I hate that anyone made you feel that way, but I also know for a fact that those moments are meant to better you as a person. They're meant to grow you as a person. They're meant to mature you. they're meant to teach you. They're not meant for you to hang on to them forever and let them drag you down. Hate is like the biggest ball and chain ever. Ever, 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 ever. And it shows me that you don't know who you are. You don't love yourself. You don't care about yourself. You're not aware of your purpose. You're entirely lost. And you probably have trouble sleeping at night. Honestly. Even when you go to bed, you're not happy. You wake up sour. You know, you go to bed sour. Nothing feels good in your life. Nothing tastes good, nothing smells good, nothing seems joyful, because you unfortunately have been deceived into thinking that when someone does you wrong, it's reflective of how they view you, when it's really how they view themselves. And if you understood that right away, you would treat them and you so much differently. Your life would be entirely different if you just understood for a brief moment that you're not a victim. You're not a victim. You are a victor. You're not someone, you don't have to go around smashing on people's necks and, slicing their throats to be a victor. No, victory, winning is not really even about winning on paper. It's about winning on the inside. Can I look myself in the mirror and like who I see? Not just externally, but internally too. Can I look myself in the mirror and am I able to say, Aubrey, there were so many things that you needed to work on within yourself. There were so many things that you've experienced that you allowed to kind of tick away at you. And so now you're healing them, or you have healed them. And I'm proud of you and I love you. And I think you're amazing. I think God has created you to be an amazing woman. I know you're filled with so much purpose. I know there's so much life ahead of you. I know that God is behind you and backing you and doing everything for your good. I know that you're free. I know that you're stable and safe. And today is just another day to experience all of that. To not be able to have that conversation with yourself in the mirror, either in the morning or at night, must be absolute hell on earth. And I can't help but think, I can't help but know, because listen, I've been there. I used to carry grudges so deeply for people until I realized I was tarnishing myself from the inside out. Until I realized that I was allowing the life to just be sucked out of me. The more that I meditated on, oh, well, they did this to me, and how dare they, and who do they think they are, and why would they even do that to me? I would never. Who cares? That irrelevant information, because how they treated me has nothing to do with me. It has nothing to do with me. It is not indicative of anything about me. So why the heck am I still thinking about it? Why am I still worried about that? Why am I still worried about them? Why do I still care? I have to let this go because it's killing me. I know that to be somebody who just can't let it go, who just can't get over it, it's not because you can't, it's because you're not taking the time. You're not taking the time to have those conversations with yourself in the mirror. You're not taking the time to figure out your purpose and who you are and who made you and why you matter, why your life matters and why you were put here. You're not taking the time to be like, oh, actually, you know what? You're too busy worried about this competition and who's winning and who's doing better and who has more money and who has more. You're too busy trying to flex. You're too busy worried about who's flexing bigger than you or who you're flexing bigger than to really even get the bigger picture, and I feel so sorry for you. Whoop. my little baby. You're my little baby. I remember when I would come home and, I have like my own house and I have a car that runs and I have groceries in my refrigerator and I have two wonderful dogs and I love my bed. I have the best bed ever. I have a great job. And I would still be so unhappy. And I had to be like, why are you so unhappy? Why are you so sad? It's because I was holding so much hate for other people for no reason. I was just pissed off, like, over old stuff when I could have just let it go a long time ago. But I didn't know what I knew now, what I know now. And I also think it's fair to say, like, in this conversation, just because you forgive somebody or come to understand, like, why it is what they did, and why you reacted the way you did, just because you come to have those understanding of things, it doesn't mean like you have to excuse me, allow those people back in your space. Like, it doesn't mean that at all, actually. Understanding, forgiveness, like transformation, I would argue it very rarely ever equals reconciliation, because it's just not an A plus B equals C kind of thing. It's just not. Basically, just stop hating people, y'all. It's killing you. It's killing you, and you're ruining your own life. Nobody can ruin your life but you. Only you can allow things to bother you to such a degree. Like, only you can allow... You can't control how people treat you or what they say to you, but you can control how you react and what you think about it and how long you think about it and what you do about it. You can control all of that. Wishing you the best. I pray you heal. I pray you have an awakening moment where you realize who you are and who made you and who you were made to be, so you can stop being angry and sad at everybody all the time, and so you can stop feeling sorry for yourself too, because that's not helpful either. What are you sorry for yourself about? Like, really? You feel sorry for yourself when you could, I don't know, go heal whatever you feel sorry for yourself about? When you could ask God to heal you from the inside out and, like, feel so much better and feel like a new person. Like, you feel sorry for yourself when you have that sort of freedom available to you right at your fingertips. You feel sorry for yourself when you have the authority to control a lot of things in your life, and yet you act like everybody else is, has control over you or is doing this and this to you. Like, you feel sorry for yourself when that's not even true. I feel like I'm able to speak about this harshly because this is how I spoke to myself about it. Like, really, Aubrey, you feel you feel sorry for yourself? Are you serious right now? Like, wow. Yeah, that's really aware. That's really, like, stop. Get real. Come back to planet Earth. Realign and re-understand and relearn the universal truths of the world, which are God did make you. God is the maker of the universe. God is the source of all life on earth, both physical and spiritual. Number one, He made everything. He is the creator of the universe. If you don't believe that, this video may not do anything to help you, because that is a foundational truth that everything I'm saying is built upon. And yeah. Universal truth number 2. Because you are His divine creation and you are made in the image of God, God is healthy and well and joyful, and He's also just and perfect and wise. He's balanced. He's prosperous. He has everything He needs. He doesn't need anything. You were made to be the same way. So, you were made to prosper. You were made to be healthy. You were made to be happy. You were made to be filled with joy. You were made to be taken care of. You were made to be provided for, man or woman. You were made to feel very deeply in tune with your purpose in life. And you were made to be aware of that, and you were made to act on that and act upon that. Universal truth number 3. Because good cannot exist without evil. Well, because good is not evil without evil, and evil is not evil without good, there are forces always at every point in time on earth, physically and in the spiritual realm, which everything happens in the spirit realm first before it happens on earth. There's always a war between good and evil, and you are like an active participant in it, / the war is over you. So there's always going to be something going on, and you decide from a child, you decide how you're going to respond. You have that power. You have that authority. Nobody can make you do anything. Nobody can make you feel anything. Someone may be able to deceive you or trick you into believing something for a short amount of time, but at the same time, you were granted autonomy, so it's a choice. You can choose to be aware. You can choose to seek wisdom outside of yourself. You can choose to try to learn, or you can choose to act as if you know everything, and you can choose to not listen to anybody, and you can choose to continue down your own merry way and in your own path and in your own understanding. If you decide to do that, well, it's probably not the best choice, but you possess the authority to make that choice. You possess the ability to determine who you will serve and how you will live. I wish the best for y'all. I really do. I really do. I remember what it was like to be stuck in hate. I remember what it was like to feel like I was the victim. I remember what it was like to feel like nothing good could happen for me. I remember what it was like to have nothing to hope for. I remember what it was like to feel sorry for myself all the time. And I remember what it was like to feel like everyone was against me. And I also, thankfully, am aware now that all of that stuff was a lie, basically. And I remind myself daily the truth of my life. And that I don't have to go back to where I was, that I'm not a slave to my past, that I'm not a slave to evil. I won't be enslaved by anybody, even myself. And definitely not somebody else. Definitely not. Definitely not. Heck no. I've been set free. I have been set free. I am free from the own crappy things that I do sometimes. You know, I'm free from my own human flesh. So if I'm free from that, why would I enslave myself to yours? It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Regardless of what you did or what you said, heck no. Heck no. I have way better things to worry about. I have way better things to focus on. I have so much more to do in this life. I have so many more people to love. I have so many more things to experience. I have so many more places to see. I have so much more impact to make. I have so many more times to be impacted. You know, like, this life is good and I'm gonna live it. And I do live it. And I love it. And I wish everybody could feel this way. I wish everybody could feel so liberated. I wish everybody knew how abundantly the opportunity was available to them. And like, yes, it takes work, but it's all like right here. You just have to seek it. You got to seek the Lord and ask Him to tell you the truth, even if it hurts. You got to seek the Lord and ask Him to let you know if you're going down a path that leads toward Him, towards righteousness, towards good things, towards happiness, health, joy, fruitfulness, or if you're walking down a path that is only going to lead you to destruction. And when He answers you, because He will, when He answers you, it's then up to you to make the choice to listen. And if you don't listen, well, then you probably stopped watching this video a long time ago. But if you are still listening, I hope you listen. So I'm going to go enjoy the rest of my day in peace. That everything is for my good. That God takes care of me so well, because He really does. He really does. He makes everything happen right on time. He heals me. Like, He guides me. He tells me about myself. He comforts me when I'm sad. He celebrates with me when I'm happy. He loves everything about me and only wants what's best for me always. He's not afraid to listen to me talk. You know, He loves listening to me talk, actually. He's not, He's not embarrassed of me or ashamed of me. Like, He's proud of me. And He feels the same way about you. So that's why I don't hate you. That's why I do love you. That's why I don't have the room to hate you or judge you, because I've done things and said things just as despicable, and yet the Lord has still forgiven me and still filled me up and still given me so much beautiful life and purpose, even though I'm extremely imperfect. So I just don't even have the room to like judge you or hate you really for literally anything at all. I just wish you understood the things that I'm saying about yourself, and I wish you would pursue them for the right purposes. You know, it's not to get money and it's not to get fame or recognition, but it's to feel love. It's to feel fulfilled. It's to feel whole and good about yourself, you know? It's to be free. Wish that you knew that. And I could tell you all of this 10 times until I'm blue in the face, and you still wouldn't get it unless you experience it yourself. And I understand how to see someone else experience this, it feels unfair. Because you want to experience it too. And all I can say to you is, it's like anything else in life, you have to work toward it. You don't have to work for it. Freedom has been given to you freely because it's free. Actually, Jesus died in order for you to have that, but his sacrifice made it so that freedom is free to you. You don't have to earn God's love or earn God's mercy. Like, that's already been allotted for you, but you do have to seek it out and listen and hear it and abide by it and be obedient, like commit to that, you know. So I hope you find it. I hope you find out one day. I look forward to the day that you come to terms with your true identity, who you are in Christ, who the Lord has made you to be. I look forward to that day where you realize that. It's probably going to be a really scary, emotional day, just by the way. Because it'll be like suddenly everything you've ever said or done comes rushing back to you, and you realize, like, oh my gosh, what the heck have I been doing with my whole life, you know? And then you realize, oh my gosh, I have so much more life to do this, this, and this, and this, and this. Like, I just look forward to the day you have that realization about yourself, that God does love you and that he wants the best for you, and that, look, you're allowed to love yourself too. And even if there are things about yourself you don't like, it's okay, you know, like, heal them, work on them, be real about them, but keep moving forward. You know, don't judge yourself. Don't count yourself out before you were even counted in. Like, nothing holds you back. Nothing in your past holds you back. Nothing in your past determines who you are. Your next step is what determines who you are. And yet I don't believe we can take good next steps by ourselves, because we are not all-knowing beings. We are not the makers of the universe. We are not the source of life. We are impacted by the source of life. We are filled by the source of life. And so we have to get wisdom from somewhere. It doesn't really come from within us. It comes from the Lord above. And I'm excited for the day that you realize that, because I believe you deserve to realize that. I believe you deserve to have these sort of realizations about yourself where you understand, like, hey, you know, I don't have to hate myself. Maybe I'm not as bad as I thought I was. Or, like, maybe I am, but it's okay because I'm not bound to it. You know, I'm not enslaved to who I used to be or what I've done or what I've said or what I've thought, you know. I'm so excited for you to experience that sort of radical movement within your mind, body, soul, and spirit. You are so worth it. You are so worth it. You are so important. I love you so much. And I wish you saw and understood everything that I'm saying right now, but I know one day you will. One day you will. And for the people that are around you at the time that you realize and understand that, they are so lucky. They are so lucky, because they're going to watch an amazing person become even more amazing, you know? And they're going to be so lucky to be around you. They're going to be so blessed by you. You're going to be such a blessing to other people, and you're going to be blessed. You're going to feel blessed. You're going to know that you're blessed. Your whole life's going to be different. You'll be unrecognizable. Your life will be unrecognizable, but you'll love it. You will love exactly where you are, exactly where God has placed you. You will feel so grateful. You will feel so full. You will feel so everything. Like, you will feel so, you will know that you are the most blessed person on earth. And I'm so excited for you to get to that point in your life where you realize that that's the truth about yourself, that that's really who you are, because that's whenever you'll really step into, like, doing what you're meant to do. And I know you're meant to do amazing things, because the Bible says we will do greater things than he. So, yeah. I'm excited for you, and I wish you the best. And yeah, you may never hear from me again. You may never watch a video again. I may never talk to you. Um, but I'm so I'm so hopeful for you. I'm so filled with faith for you. I'm so positive. I'm so confident in God's ability to change people that I know once you go to Him, because He's already waiting for you. Once you go to Him and you get real with Him and you get real with yourself and you really commit to like learning who you are and learning your purpose and surrendering your life to the Lord. Once you really do all of that, I mean, I'm so God will not let you down. I know He's not going to let you down. I know you're finally going to be like, oh my gosh, like how did I live my whole life without knowing this? And you'll just be like the rest of us, you know, having lived in darkness for so long until you finally see the light and you're like, what the heck have I been doing with my life, you know? It's just part of it. Don't feel bad about that. Don't feel bad about yourself for having not understood stuff for so long, and it's part of the human journey. But the good news is that you will be aware. You know, you will have the good news. You will know the good news. You will be a different person. You'll be able to love people genuinely. You will feel like you deserve love. You will want to be loved. You will know how to handle companionship and relationships and friendships healthily. You'll know how to balance your work with your life, because you won't feel like your work determines your worth. You know, you won't feel like your bank account determines your worth. You won't take things personally anymore. Like, you won't get so offended all the time, or like get so mad at people, or get so upset at what people say to you. You know, you probably won't even care. You'll be surrounded by the best people that love you so much, because when you start to love yourself, like, you just shine from the inside out. And people that don't love themselves don't resonate with you when you do love yourself. So basically, you'll naturally the people that don't love themselves, and someone who doesn't love themselves can't love anyone else, I believe, because you just don't know love, because you're filled with hate. Again, you know, you hate yourself. You have no self-respect. Whenever you hate others so much, it means you hate yourself too. Anyways, and if you hate yourself too, you usually hate others as well. Whenever you do start to really love yourself and love who you are and just feel grateful to God for your life, you're going to naturally attract so many other people who feel the same way, and you're going to love them, and your life is going to be wonderful, and you will glorify the Lord, and you will be changed. You will be totally transformed and renewed, and you will realize the purpose of living. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud for you. I'm so excited for you. And yet, right now, I have the utmost understanding and mercy on you, because I remember what it was like to be in your position, and all I have to say is, I promise you're not stuck there. You're not stuck there. You can get out. You can leave. You are not stuck there. You are not bound there. But you really do have to call on the maker of the universe to get you out of there. And that is God. God the Father, of the Son, Jesus Christ. You actually have to have a real relationship there, and like actually seek to get to know who they are as the true God, the true Son, who made it possible for you to know the true God in your fleshly body, in a body that is sinful, by connection of the Holy Spirit, which you are filled with when you accept like this identity and this calling. You do have to do that to like accomplish what I'm talking about. You really do. That's the only way. I don't make the rules, and I mean that genuinely. I know people say that as like, oh, I don't make the rules. No, literally, like I don't make that rule. That's a big stretch. You gonna come? You just want to be like that? Scratch your belly. Okay. I think that's all I have to say. So, I'll talk to you soon.